Okay, I don't know how the hell we got here. Thinking back to how episode 1, season 1 was, we definitely have not evolved in the way that I thought this show would go. Okay, I still got love for Ready to Love, but we just are so far away from where this show should be, right? The drama that has come from this season is crazy. How y'all feeling about Ready to Love? Are y'all still diehard fans? Like, how are y'all feeling about how it's changing? Get in the comments below because I can't be the only one. All right, so we're gonna just recap a little bit, touch on a few things from part 1 of the reunion. Part 2 comes on this week. You will probably see this video on Wednesday night, so reunion coming up in 2 days. Okay, but we're gonna talk about a little bit about part 1 because part 1 was crazy, and I feel the need to always just remind you guys that we have no idea how much footage they cut down, how long they were filming, because those things matter. I know the cast always points those things out, but as a viewer, we need to think about that too, because they could be showing us a clip from 6 hours in the beginning, right? And we're making our judgment because, you know, contrary to popular belief, it does matter where things are placed. So just keep in mind that they probably was filming all day. I need to know whether they ate or whether they just had liquor, as stated by previous cast members. You know how OWN does. But I would like to know what the food situation was, because it was wild. They jumped right into Alonzo and Patrice's update. That was crazy. Alonzo, you know, we're going to touch on him separately. We're going to touch on that situation separately. Alexis was on one, okay? You know, let's just go ahead and talk about the Alonzo and Patrice situation, because I'm so happy that I got to see the interview between Alonzo and Little Black Book, because that interview was... I don't even have words for Alonzo in that interview, all right? But it did help me to better understand what I was looking at on part 1 of the reunion. This Bama is just one of those dudes. He's just one of those dudes. Like, ladies, have you ever had a girlfriend, like, somewhere in your life that had this boyfriend that he would always, like, you know, mess up when it came to the relationship, but he would, like, just lie so hard, but your girlfriend would be eating it up or whatever, just kind of giving him more chance after chance, and the lies would just get more ridiculous, and he just get more, you know, crazier with just the fact that he's lying, you know what I mean? Put a girl in his house because he gave her a key, which is wild as well. He gave her a key, and he told her that he didn't sleep with the girl. He actually said that on stage. Then Patrice said, well, what he doesn't know is that I actually met up with homegirl, and she told her everything. She said that the girl told her that they had sex in May, which was while they were filming the show, which, I mean, y'all don't know each other. Y'all still strangers anyway. Like, I don't know. That I don't think she should hold against him. But the fact that he gave her a key and then had another girl there was crazy. And then he outright lied on the stage, sat there and looked crazy. It was just... Alonzo is exhausting, all right? He's just exhausting. Then he turned around and admitted it. And it's just like... he doesn't see how ridiculous he sounds when he's trying to go with the lie. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when people are used to lying like that, they're not zooming out and looking at the big picture to see that the lie that they're telling is not a good lie. But that's neither here nor there. But that Alonzo interview just helped me understand so much more. I'm telling y'all. Patrice said that he had been pretending this whole time. And she said Alonzo has no chance in hell. All right. So, but I do have to just go on record for saying this, that after I watched the interview with Alonzo, and I just had to wonder how Patrice was into him like she was, because what was he saying? What was he saying? Anyway, he was probably saying whatever he thought he needed to say. They had confessionals at the reunion, which I thought was interesting because they still haven't seen all of the show at that point. So, I mean, the confessionals at the reunion, what do y'all say? Keep the confessionals? Or, I mean, were they helpful to y'all? I don't know. I thought it was it did good for, like, giving it the format a different look. But other than that, I was just like, okay, what is this? Like, it would be better if they had confessionals that were after the show was aired, and then they put those inside of the reunion clips. That would be good. Yeah, like at least to like 8 or 9, and then they can start sending in whatever they have to say. Come on, get it together. Will's chain came up. Mika even called out and said that his chain was fake. And he said that he was staying in one of his staged homes or whatever, and he was really, really still irritated about how everything went down. But him and Mika went back and forth, and he said she had a BBL. He called that out, and he called her a baby mother with a BBL. Glen actually showed up, okay? And then what they did, which I don't know how I feel about this either. Glen shows up and they explain, why he didn't come and everything, and everybody got to see that he was real. And so they said they were gonna have him do a personal mixer, so he was gonna be able to talk to the people that were still single, I guess, which was most of the girls. But I mean, one day, I don't know about that, but I'm sure they took him into the Ready to Love fold after the show was over. So there's that. Chaz said in regards to Lynn that he would have been pursuing her had she stayed. Like, he needed another connection. Like, no, Chaz, no. So then they talked about the choked or spank comment. Now, I really, really go back to that conversation with him and Koshia in that episode. I really feel her pain now because I've seen how he has been out here trying to explain himself. And the fact that he was so relentless when it came to her not wanting to talk about that, right? He's just one of those people that likes to press the envelope. But I completely understand why she walked out now. But they talked about the choke the spank comment again, and Patrice said she didn't have a problem with it. Tommy tries to tell him that it wasn't, it was definitely sexual or whatever, and he still, he still would not relent. So I think that's ridiculous. I think Alonzo was being ridiculous. And it's like he can't accept when he's wrong. And that's part of the irritation because he can't accept that he's wrong. Whatever you say, he's going to come back and try to dissect it down to find out what other angle he could come from. All it needs to have is a loophole, and he'll be like, oh, well, see, if everything isn't like this, then that 1% over there, that's what I'm talking about. It's just, no, it's not. I don't even see how him and Patrice had long conversations. I don't. So she must have just agreed with everything he said or something, because Alonzo is wild. Or maybe she was playing a role. Who knows? You can never be sure with with TV period, but everybody's not always there looking for love. So, I don't know. But I will say that in the beginning, Patrice did mention that she had gotten tired of dealing with guys that she had to go drive to pick up. Now, that right there lets me know that Patrice is one of those women. I used to be one of those women as well, but she's one of those. Well, let me just correct that. I never went to go pick anybody up, but I was the woman that I'm about to explain. Some women look at men and they think about the potential, but the potential will have you fucked up every time. All right. The potential is what you think it could be. It has nothing to do with what he is trying to strive towards. So you cannot look at potential. I mean, you can look at it and be like, oh, okay, but you can't, he has to want to have the potential. His potential has nothing to do with you is my point. But because she said that she went to go get guys that, go pick guys up and stuff, that kind of tells me that she was leaning towards that side, that she was a person that looks at potential, right? And Alonzo, man, I know she's looking back at this now, how was I even trying to holler at dude? The reason why I'm saying all this is because Alonzo plays entirely too much, okay? And not the good kind of playing too much. It's the talking in circles until he confuses the person he's talking to playing too much. Ain't nobody got time for that. No, thank you. So then they played another game, who said that or something like that. It was a game that kicked off more drama. Alexis called LaRon a snake, a dork, a nerd. LaRon got upset with her. It was complete chaos. Alexis was hollering at everybody. She said she was going to beat 2 or 3 people up. She was sitting beside Justin. One of the people she said she was going to beat up was Mika, and eventually I guess Justin got irritated about it and was like, you talking too much, you going to calm down. He got real serious with her or whatever, and she was shocked about that. Will tried to come grab her and calm her down. So I can't wait until part 2. I feel like she got carried off stage. She flipped the camera. The confessional, people were trying to get her to come to the confessional. She said, fuck that confessional. And I feel like she hit the camera as well. I don't know. It was so much going on, okay? So much was happening. Next week, the group chat situation comes out. Chaz found love. I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I love Ready to Love from the first season, first episode. But there will be, no other episodes or seasons like that one, So I don't know. I don't have any expectations on where this show is going to go. I do know that they do need to change some of the things that they're doing. They need to tweak some things, all right? They need to look at the people who are discussing the show and kind of see what people are talking about, because there's a lot of good ideas out here, okay? Like I said, when we watch the show, we have to keep in mind that we are getting whatever storyline that the network has put together. And while it is entertainment, sometimes we have the total wrong view of what happened because we just don't know everything. So always, give people the benefit of the doubt as a viewer when you're watching this, because in the beginning you might not like this person, but then in the end you'll find out that they weren't even doing what you thought they were doing. So that's just kind of how we got to watch these reality shows, okay? Anyway, we're going to meet back here after part 2 of the reunion on Friday, and we'll see what happens, okay? I'm looking forward to the interviews that are going to come after this, and, get in the comments below. Let me know what y'all thoughts are. Are y'all tired of Ready to Love? Are you watching next season? Because they still casting, you know what I mean? So, where are you at with Ready to Love? Anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.